Most people will never live. They will survive. They will obey. They will repeat routines passed down by dead men, hoping that the system they didn't design somehow saves them. But here's the truth. You're not stuck because you're weak. You're stuck because you're comfortable. And comfort is the most dangerous prison ever built, because it's made of silence, softness, and small rewards. The human spirit wasn't designed for stillness. It wasn't made for 9-to-5 sedation or scrolling endlessly through lives that aren't yours. It was designed for fire, for friction, for becoming. But what happens when the fire dies out? You weren't born in chains. They were handed to you, gently, with praise for obedience, with awards for conformity, with likes, medals, and monthly paychecks. Over time, the child who once asked, "Why?" started saying, "Whatever you say." The system taught you that discomfort equals danger, that pain is failure, that uncertainty should be avoided at all costs. But here's the paradox. Everything you want, growth, change, meaning, lives on the other side of discomfort. Carl Jung once said, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls." Comfort is the drug. Denial is the dealer. And you're the willing addict. You think you're playing it safe by staying in the known, by not taking the leap, by sticking with the familiar. But safety comes with a price. Your potential. When was the last time you did something that scared you? Truly scared you. Not embarrassment, not stage fright, but soul-level fear, the kind that whispers, "This could change everything." Most avoid it, because growth asks for something in return. Your comfort, your ego, your illusions. But what if those illusions were never real to begin with? Every second you avoid growth, you bury a version of yourself that could have existed. There's a version of you who speaks with power, who walks with clarity, who creates instead of consumes, who is feared by some and admired by others, not because they're perfect, but because they're whole. That version of you, they're waiting, buried under years of avoidance, of distraction, of comfort. Carl Jung called it the shadow, the repressed self, the you that you silenced because the world told you to play small. But guess what? The shadow doesn't die. It waits, and it grows bitter in the dark. It shows up in anxiety, in regret, in those nights you can't sleep because some part of you knows you were meant for more. There's no map to becoming, only a direction, inward. Growth doesn't happen in books or quotes or videos like this. It happens in quiet decisions, to try, to fail, to stand up again. You want change? Burn the script. Get rid of who you think you're supposed to be. Walk straight into the unknown. Because life is not about guarantees. It's about tension. And the only people who ever become anything are those who endure that tension long enough to transform. The cocoon is not a comfort zone. It's a place of pressure and pain. But it's also where wings are built. Look around you. Everything around you, every object, idea, building, was created by someone who refused comfort. They burned, they broke, but they became. So let this be your wake-up call. Stop asking for easy. Easy is a sedative. Choose meaningful instead. Let go of what's familiar. Say yes to discomfort. Move toward fear. Speak your truth. Create badly at first, but create. Because the moment you begin to lean into the tension, you reclaim your fire. And that fire, it will burn the cage you've been trapped in. The life you want isn't waiting for you to be ready. It's waiting for you to start. If this made something stir inside you, then don't ignore it. That's your shadow knocking, and it's time to let it in.
If this made you pause, if you're drawn to deeper truths and quiet strength, then you're in the right place. Like, subscribe, and keep exploring with us. See you in the next one.